What's the worst that could happen if you don't wear a bra to school? Oh, being body shamed and becoming a national news story? Cool. You're watching What's Trending. I'm Martine Bierman. Make sure to subscribe for more social media and news stories daily. Lizzy Martinez is a 17-year-old high school student from Bradenton, Florida. On Monday, April 2nd, she went to school wearing this Calvin Klein shirt with no bra. In 5th period, she was told to report to the dean's office and was told that her outfit was distracting other students and a boy was laughing at her. Apparently, her 3rd period teacher and another student had both reported her to the dean's office. In the dean's office, Lizzy told BuzzFeed, "They had me put on a second shirt and then stand up and move and jump around to see how much my breasts moved. I was mortified." She was taken to the nurse and given 4 Band-Aids to put over her nipples.
She asked me to stand up and move around for her. She then proceeded to tell me that it wasn't a fix. So we went to the clinic and she gave me Band-Aids in there and told me to X out my nipples.
She told BuzzFeed, "They told me to cross out my nipples and I just went to the bathroom and cried. I was in shock that it was such a big deal that I wasn't wearing a bra. Most days I don't wear one. It depends on my mood. I'm not wearing one right now, and why should it matter?" Lizzy and her mother believe this was an issue of gender discrimination, as a boy with excess breast tissue would not have been treated the same way.
If the boys in my class were so distracted, shouldn't they have been talked to or educated about the situation and not me being pulled out of class?
This was a shirt that was unisex, that was too big, that was not form-fitting.
And the day of the incident, she tweeted this: "I decided not to wear a bra today and got pulled out of class because one of my teachers complained that it was a distraction to boys in my class. My school basically told me that boys' education is far more important than mine and I should be ashamed of my body." The next day, her own high school had blocked her on Twitter. According to the school district's general counsel, Mitchell Teitelbaum, the situation could have been handled differently, but school officials were right in trying to enforce the dress code. The district is arguing that Lizzy violated this portion of the dress code, which says, "You are expected to dress appropriately for school and for the business of learning, with proper attention given to personal cleanliness, grooming, and neatness." But that's pretty vague, and the portion of the dress code focused on women says nothing about bras being a requirement. The district and the school aren't saying anything else about the incident for now. The Braden River High School Twitter account has been pretty active over the last week, but nothing about Lizzy or her complaints. Lizzy says she's not gonna wear a bra for the remainder of the school year, which is a decision her mom is 100% on board with. Lizzy's mother told BuzzFeed, "It's a disgusting example of a double standard and shows how our culture body shames women. If a boy was staring at her nipples that long, why was he not spoken to or punished?" And she wrote on Facebook that this issue isn't just to get attention. She said, "This wasn't for 15 minutes of fame. It was to bring shame to our school system. It was to encourage change. And anyone that knows me knows my personality and would understand why I let her pursue this." And this isn't the first time this year that Braden River High School has been in the news for questionable dress code action. In October, a student was turned away from the homecoming dance because he wasn't wearing a tie and had on tennis shoes. But student Adam Paul has spina bifida, which requires him to wear special athletic shoes for his orthopedic braces, and he can't wear a tie because of breathing problems associated with the disease. The school defended itself in that instance too, arguing that its strict dress code resulted in fewer than 5 students being denied entry to the dance. Let's take a look at some of the comments, which are unsurprisingly fiercely divided. Hayden's comment says, "All she did was wear one less article of clothing. Many women do it. It's nothing worth debating over. The school is simply being exposed for being stupid." But Miss Green Rattler disagrees. She tweeted, "There's rules at work, there's rules at school. When you're home at night and on the weekend, do whatever the F you want. Otherwise, follow the rules." Lizzy tweeted, "I walked into class yesterday with no bra on. I wear a size 38D and I have my nipples pierced. It was more than noticeable, but no one said a word because it's none of their f***ing business." I totally understand that the school went about dealing with the situation in the wrong way. To have not only shamed her in front of her class, pulled her out of class, and then have her jump around in front of people like she's on the Man Show is completely disrespectful, and that is body shaming. I'm female, and I'm all about that free the nipple movement, but not in a place of learning. It's like going to temple and saying, "I'm just gonna wear a bathing suit." You don't do that because you're there to focus on something different. So on one side, I actually agree with the school. I think that it's a better idea for people, males and females, to be more covered up and to take more sexuality out of the space of learning so that you can focus on learning. There's lots of other times for that. Free the nipple on the weekend, free the nipple after school. But when you are standing in school and people are trying to learn, I think that trying to keep that as best as you can. And I'm not saying to not embrace your sexuality or your individuality. I say embrace all of those beautiful parts of yourself. But in a space for learning, this is a very fine line where it could either become a situation where the school either doesn't do enough or the school does too much. So I think that it's okay to ask women to wear bras. There has to be a line at some point, but maybe you don't agree with me. Where is the line drawn for you? What do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments. I will be commenting in the comments based on what you guys say. For more trends, head to whatstrending.com.